So the last lesson we did was covering the basics using Adobe Media Encoder and its presets. This quick one over, I just want to go quickly into a little bit of detail and playing around with the custom settings so you can really affect file sizes and things like that. So again, you want to go back to Media Encoder, so you just go up to the spotlight, search Media Encoder, and this will pop up right here. If you click on it, this program will pop up. The dialog box comes, and you want to drag and drop your footage. So we're going to go into our folder. We're going to grab our Canon EOS 60D DSLR footage, and again, it's in a QuickTime MOV format. We're going to drag and drop that into our dialog box here and choose a general format. In this case, let's do H.264, which is a very popular format. And we're going to go to our preset, click on this. So there are a bunch of presets here. There's stuff for YouTube, stuff for Vimeo. A lot of the top websites, like social or video websites, use H.264. But in my case, I actually want to do a custom setting. And all you really need to do to the custom stuff is just start playing around with the settings. And you'll notice right up here, as soon as I start to change something, like let's say change the frame rate to, let's do, I don't know, 60 frames a second. This all of a sudden changes to custom, so it knows that you're making it custom. You can change the aspect ratios. You can change, a lot of times what I like to do is if I'm filming with an EOS 60D, it'll come in 1920 by 1080 or 720 by 1280, which is 720p or 1080p. But on a website, sometimes I want to go a little bit less than that, so I'll do something like 960 by 540, and it maintains the aspect ratio is nice. This is 75% of the size of a 720p video, in case you're wondering, which is a little bit smaller. When you go down to bitrate settings, this will change your file size enormously. If you look down here, you're going to see estimated file size right now. Adobe Media Encoder thinks that the final video project, I mean this is 1 minute video as you can see right here, is going to be about 228 megabytes. Watch what happens when I start to drag this down. So my target bitrate now is, let's say, like 2.8. All of a sudden we've gone from 228 to 21 megs. That is an enormous difference, especially if you're uploading something to a website. And I've actually played around with this. There is not a lot of difference in the visual at the end. So it's a very good idea to do this, and you can also limit the maximum bitrate. It's not always going to guarantee the same bitrate, so you want to change this. That's why there's 2 here. But some of these are some advanced settings. You can also do audio. You can change some of the audio settings around to further compress it. I usually leave audio because it's not a very big, cumbersome part of the overall file. The video is, and the bitrate part. Even FTP, Media Encoder each allows you to upload this right up to a server. So if you have a server, say on like GoDaddy, for instance, you can upload the GoDaddy information here, and you can upload your finished video file right up onto a server to have it ready to go when you need it, which is kind of neat. So anyways, when this is all done, you can actually save your custom settings. If you want to use it in the future, you can hit this save button here, and you can name it, say, super small web video. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK, and when I click OK, super small web video pops up. It's a custom preset right up there. So next time when you go to H.264, you can go right here, super small web video, and you don't have to worry about changing those custom settings. They're already done for you. And you can see right here, it's going to be a .mp4 format. Hit play, wait for it to finish, and Bob's your uncle. Well, we had lots of fun waiting around. I don't know about you, but okay, cool. So video's done. You can go back to our original file here, and this is the final file, and this was the original file. And one thing I want to really point out is the difference in the file size. Our original file right off of the 60D camera was 320 megs, and the file that Encoder spit out was 21.6. That is a massive file size drop. And one thing I really want to point out to you guys is there's not a lot of difference in the video quality. I'm going to go ahead and go to QuickTime. This is the original video file. Now remember, we actually made the video file that we're getting ready for the web smaller, a lot smaller. We made it 960 by 540. So to compare them properly, I'm going to go ahead and decrease this size by 2, which is going to bring it right down to 960 by 540. I'm going to open up the second video file. This is the one that's 20 megabytes, and you can see there's not a lot of difference in the quality. I'm going to go ahead and hit play there. Okay, and let's go ahead and hit play on the 21 megabyte file. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference here. The color is pretty consistent. everything, but I mean, there's a massive difference in file size, and that's the beauty of compression. When you have a good codec that's compressing that file, the final the product will be very similar, as you can see here, but the file size is enormously different, which obviously for the web is hugely favorable. So I hope this has been a quick lesson. I hope you were able to understand this. If you have any questions at all, obviously we're here to help and help you guys learn this stuff. So there you go.